Hello and welcome to the Joe Legato Show. I'm your host, Dr. Joe Legato, and today we're going to be talking about how Americans are giving up on America. It's just not worthwhile to live in America anymore, between things like the cost of living, between how dangerous it is to live in America. All of these factors, they are discrimination in America. It's very difficult for some people to get jobs due to their race, their sexual orientation, things like that. And so we see a post by Jason Smith here talking about how the United States invaded Vietnam, attempting to colonize the nation. The U.S. carpet-bombed and used chemical warfare on the people of Vietnam and also Laos and Cambodia, trying to change their political system. Ultimately, the U.S. retreated, having been thoroughly defeated, and now we see what's happening. Americans are retiring to Vietnam for cheap healthcare and a decent standard of living. And if that doesn't tell you that America and its capitalistic system isn't functioning, I don't know what will, okay? If you can't afford healthcare and you have to flee to a communistic country in order to afford healthcare, maybe there's something wrong with your system. People love to compare United States to Cuba and be like, oh, look how much better we have it in the United States. And it's like, well, wait a minute. United States has been blockading and bullying poor little Cuba for decades. That's not a good comparison. How about you look at something like a United States to Vietnam or a United States to China, and China has higher life expectancy than the United States. Or you could even do something that's better, which is compare two countries that are similar in characteristics, one with a communistic system and one with a democratic system, and you have something like an India and a China, both similar in terms of their historical importance, their historical prominence, very similar in terms of population size, very similar in terms of geographical location, and obviously China is doing far better than India. And so if you want to compare apples and apples instead of apples and oranges, we see that communistic systems are quite clearly functioning better than capitalistic systems. And you see even Americans agree with this. Americans are retiring to Vietnam for cheap healthcare and decent standard of living. And just as a personal aside, I moved to the Philippines because of the cost of living crisis in America, because of crime in America. It was just not worth it to try to live in America. And so something that they don't talk about in the headline, but I really think they should have mentioned, was John Rockhold, a Vietnam veteran, stands on the streets in Ho Chi Minh City, formerly known as Saigon. So not only are Americans fleeing to Vietnam because America sucks now, but Vietnam veterans who fought against the Northern Vietnamese and the Viet Cong in the South, they are fleeing to the country that they previously fought against. You can't make this stuff up. The United States is in terminal decline. If you are an American who can leave the country, absolutely you should leave the country. If you're from another country and you have a very optimistic perspective on America, you absolutely should not. Americans are fleeing because America is in terminal decline. Thank you so much for investing your time in watching this video. If you found the content informative, be sure to show your support by giving us an upvote. Your engagement goes a long way in boosting our visibility within the algorithm. To stay ahead on the most pressing contemporary issues, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're committed to delivering up-to-date, thought-provoking content on a daily basis, and we want you to be a part of this journey. Also, your thoughts matter to us, so please share any comments, questions, concerns, and/or critiques in the comment section below. I personally read each one and I respond when necessary. Given the nature of our content, where we expose the actions of the oligarchs who exploit the masses, intentional suppression in the algorithm is an unfortunate reality. If you believe in our mission, you can help by spreading the word. Tell your friends about our content. Let's amplify the voices of those that challenge the status quo. Speaking of amplifying voices, I need your help. As many of you know, I gave up a lucrative career in the fastest growing field and the highest paying subfield of psychology in the United States to move to the Philippines to provide content that I think is important for my viewers to hear. I left so I could avoid repercussions for speaking about topics that are taboo in the United States. This decision came with significant financial sacrifices, but your support can help sustain the work we do. Check out the links in the description for how to support our channel. Every contribution, big or small, is genuinely appreciated. Finally, as a channel, we stand with the people of Palestine. We believe in their freedom, and by supporting us, you can contribute to this shared vision. Thank you for being a part of our community. Your viewership is invaluable, and I genuinely hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.